Hey everybody, Sean McInnes here in New York for THQ's Gamers Week, where today we're talking about WWE All-Stars courtesy of Sal DeVita. Sal, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, talk to us about All-Stars, the type of game that you guys originally set out to create. Why did you guys go for this sort of hybrid between an arcade brawler and a more two-dimensional fighting game for the WWE license?
Yeah, what we wanted to do is make something, a different experience with the WWE franchise. You know, THQ has a great simulation product, but we wanted to do something that was very different, unmistakably different than what you would get there. So we set out to, you know, tried a couple different things, and then we started amping things up a little bit, and then one thing led to another, and the next thing you know, we've got guys doing big attacks and hard-hitting smashes, and we said, okay, you know what, this is pretty cool. You know, what else can we do? So we started experimenting with taking liberties on some of the moves that you might see on the programming and taking it to a slightly amplified level, which then got a little bit more amplified, and then got too amplified, we brought it back. So again, we just wanted to give players a different experience, a different way of playing you know, a game with the WWE talent that we have.
Now, you mentioned variety of gameplay. One of the other ways that the game offers variety is with these different wrestler types. You know, you've got the brawler, the acrobat, that sort of thing. Tell us about the variety of wrestlers you have in there and how it changes the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are 4 different classes of wrestler that we have. We have a grappler, we have a brawler, an acrobat, and a big man. Now, each one fights a little bit different and plays a little bit differently. The grappler is very technical. He's the one that's maybe the hardest to really master. The brawler, the base moves are striking, punching, very adept at punching and striking, likes to be in close to the action. The acrobat likes to be away from people. He likes to jump off of ropes. He's very high flying, very aerial, but if he gets hit, he's going to get hurt a little bit more. So you got to stay away from your opponent with him. And then the big man, who is big, slow, lumbering around, but when he gets his hands on you, he manhandles you, and he basically treats you like a rag doll, throwing you into the ring, throwing you over the ropes, into the ropes, bouncing you back, following up with hard-hitting, knockdown attacks. So, you know, the different class, and then on top of that, every class has influences from other classes. So, at the character level, we're trying to keep everybody as unique as possible. We will infuse different aspects from different classes and also very unique aspects that nobody else has to each character to keep everybody as varied and as unique as possible.
Now, Sal, back when you guys debuted the game at E3 last year, you showed The Rock and John Cena, 2 real big iconic wrestlers, but this time you guys showed, you know, you really blew it out. You talked about a lot more wrestlers you have in the game. Tell us about the roster of superstars you have in there, how you collected these guys in the game, and any sort of influence that they've you know, had on the development.
Sure. Yeah. First of all, very tough choice to limit the roster to what we had. I mean, there's so many more people we wish we had time to do, and I think it's the main aspects of how we picked and chose who we had was to divide, make sure we divide the characters up so there were enough grapplers, there were enough acrobats, or enough big men, and there are enough brawlers. And there aren't enough big men really in the world in general, so that was the kind of the smallest percentage. But through varying reasons, we came to the roster that we have, which I think is probably, you know, one of the best rosters you'll ever see with the amount of characters that we have. So also dividing it up between legends and superstars equally is something that we thought was very important for reasons I can't get into right now, but that you'll discover as you play the game.
Well, Sal, I gotta say, like I mentioned earlier, the game's a lot of fun. It's coming along nicely. When is it going to be officially completed? When are you going to send it out to stores, and which platforms will it be out for? Yeah,
I don't know the official release towards, but we are heading for a late March 29th release date, I believe. So, yeah, and we'll whatever it takes to get it done by then is what we'll do.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you, man.